How y'all doing, man? Welcome back to Thread the Needle. It's your boy Guap with my boy Jaren today. No Corey again today, but hopefully he'll be with us next weekend.
Yeah, my boy finally got some wheels.
Yeah, he got his car back, so he got a new car actually. So Corey, we miss you, my dog. Gonna get you back.
Yes, sir, my boy.
boy had to work today,
Being a
so.
menace on the streets.
Yeah, but we're gonna get. So we're recording on a Saturday today. We was both kind of busy the whole week, so this was like the only day we really could just link up and record.
Yeah.
So, not gonna get college football like that. We just kind of talk about Ohio State and Florida. Cause right now, what time is it? I can't see the time. It's 1:05, so Florida hasn't played yet. Ohio State obviously hasn't played yet either. So, kind of give y'all our pre-game thoughts on how we feeling. And then obviously when y'all see this, y'all will see if they came to fruition or not. So. Yeah, so let's go and hop into it, man. Ohio State, how you feeling, man?
Well,
who y'all got today?
Wisconsin, we got we in the black uniforms, black
seen
out
that.
going on. Turns out we like 3-0 in those uniforms, knock on wood. But what got me is I got a weird feeling that we suck in our alternate jerseys. And when I put it in the community, I had like 3 people like correct me. They was like, hell no, dog, we dominated these. So I had to go look. And I seen that like we won 2 of our 3 games by 24 or more. But one of those games I know we struggled in, even though it was a 24-point victory. And then the other game, like we squeaked out. The other one of the 3, we squeaked out. And like I don't like Ohio. We look good in our alternate uniform. I just don't like how we play in them. And for that reason, I'm taking the under in it. We favored by 19, but I'm not gonna touch the number. But I did take the under because Wisconsin's offense is run game. I think we have a strong front 7. And Wisconsin defense, I mean, we already know they're constantly top 10 in the country, top 5 in the country. Jim Leonard's one of the best in the world at what he does. I mean, the Packers tried to get him as their defense coordinator. He said no, which is like one of the craziest things I ever heard. And yeah, I mean, just take the under in that game. That's really the bet I'd take if you were to bet this game. But honestly, it's a stay away for me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I took Ohio State in the points. I'm expecting Ohio State to come out and dominate today. I just think that, and it's crazy because I hate saying this on camera because I never tell Jaren this in our personal conversations, but I think this is the year for Ohio State to go on a run. Alabama, in my opinion, is looking a little bit weak, or they looking like they could lose this year. And then Georgia is going to be a crashing course to see between Ohio State and Georgia who going to last out. So I think Ohio State's going to make a statement win tonight in the black unis. They are having a blackout in the crowd too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean LeBron might pop out. You know how Ohio State get with these celebrities. So everybody an Ohio State fan. So I think Ohio State.
Jaylen Brown might be out there thugging.
Yeah, he might. Because JT from St. Louis somehow a fucking Ohio State fan, I guess. But,
hey, man.
But yeah, so Florida, Tennessee.
Yeah, the game day game, the big game.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. The number was when the number came out, it shocked me because I knew we were gonna be underdogs, but 11 is 11 right now. I didn't think that we were gonna be that big of underdogs. Yeah, we're on the road, Tennessee. They got 102,000 in that stadium, so it's gonna be loud, it's gonna be rocking. But 16 of the last 17 is going to the Florida games, and that's been with inferior teams. It's been years where Tennessee has had the better team, and we still beat them. We just
Dolphins had a couple of those.
We just own them, and I believe we covered, but ultimately Tennessee I believe gets the win. Because I believe first half we'll be right with them, and I just think eventually that crowd and then I think I'm not sold on our defense. Our defense isn't good to me, and then especially if Ventura Miller doesn't play. Right now at this point, I don't know if he's playing. I think he's a game time decision, so I would literally they won't announce it until the game. So if Ventura Miller doesn't play, I definitely don't think we win, but. I do believe we covered though. It's plus 11, so I did take that. I think we covered. I'm
I mean,
it's sad times when I'm picking against my Gators, man.
I mean, strictly,
it's not for a bad reason though. I trust in my coach. I trust in Anthony Richardson. It's just the defense is not there. The defense is gonna hold us back.
strictly because of 16 out of 17, I just gotta lay that number with Florida. Take the plus 11. Well, I boosted it up at 11.5, but I put it in a parlay. But still, just because they won 16 of the last 17 games, you just gotta go with Florida in this one, just logically. That's kind of the same logic I took with Kansas State, and how Kansas State just plays Oklahoma well.
Yeah.
And like I ended up taking them at their number just because of that, like no other reason. But yeah, man, I kind of feel the same thing he says. I mean, Tennessee offense very explosive, hitting the hooker, one of those dark horses for the Heisman. I just really like what they got going right now in Tennessee. They might be able to cook something up. But I heard an interesting thing that Hendon Hooker is 24 years old.
Yeah, he's 24.
God damn. Dude.
I mean, he was at Virginia Tech for like what, 2 years? He was at.
I didn't know all this.
Yeah. Oh, you know. Yeah, he transferred from Virginia Tech. Like,
I thought you were just some nigga.
nah, cause he played. He was the starter for Tech 2019, 2020, and then he lost his spot, and then that's when he transferred to Tennessee. And then when he went to Tennessee, he went because last year he wasn't their starter.
Like Jared was still.
Yeah, he went to Tennessee, and he lost the starting battle, so now he's just not becoming a starter. So yeah.
Well, shout out to you, Hendon, for staying with it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Let's go ahead and hop into this NFL slate.
Yeah.
Off the top rope, the best game in the 12 o'clock window.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Lamar Jackson and his awful defense coming to Boston to get the beats. To get the beats. It is what it is.
New England
It is what
in
it is.
Boston.
That was all bias. That was all bias.
New England
I know,
is
but
in-
they playing lands in Boston.
But they no. Oh, but you just saying like they landed, they playing in Boston.
Yeah.
You made it sound like they was about to play in Boston.
I know, but he bringing the team to Boston. Like that's where they landed. Okay. Well, they're going to Foxborough since you want to be that nigga. Since you want to be that guy. Okay, then. They will be in Foxborough at 12 o'clock Central Time to play football. But I kind of just took us at 4 points. I don't know what it is about the Patriots at home. I just feel like the defense always shows up. And with that being said, I think it'll be a low scoring game too. Hence the over-under being at 44.
Yeah.
And I would probably take the under in that. But it is a little biased, I ain't gonna lie. Patriots plus 4.
I disagree with you on that. I got the Ravens ultimately winning this game. I took the Ravens money line. But it's minus 2.5 right now. I would have taken them at minus 4 also.
Damn.
Yeah. I like the Ravens.
Disrespectful.
I like the Ravens in this game. I just don't think y'all will be able to stop Lamar. And honestly, I believe that their defense is not gonna come out looking like that. How they ended the game against Miami last week. That was just atrocious defense. I honestly feel like they just let their feet off the gas. But I'm expecting a more well-rounded Baltimore team tomorrow. So I would take the Ravens at your number at 4, or I got the money line personally, but that's what I got. But the game that I think is the best one at 12 o'clock slate, Bills and the Dolphins.
Niggas. Bills, I don't feel like it. I mean, until the Bills show me something different, Bills. Because, man, the Dolphins, I'm not a fan. I've seen it with my own eyes. I saw it for 60 minutes. Nah.
I mean, but that was week 1 though.
Exactly, and I saw week 2 happen. I mean, cool, shout out, nice comeback. But if you really watch it, it was a bunch of open stuff and a bunch of coverage busts. And I mean, shout out to Tua for doing what he had to do. He made some nice throws to make that comeback, but the Dolphins, I'm not a believer yet. And the Bills, you made me a believer.
I mean, yeah, I didn't touch this game because this game kind of scares me a little bit. The last time I betted on the Dolphins last week, and we all saw what happened with that. But the Bills, it's just I think what the fuck? What was it last week? I bet the Dolphins won. I don't. It had to be something. I just know the Dolphins fucked me up.
Mm-hmm.
I had the Ravens win it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I had the Ravens. That's what it was. So, but the Bills have also fucked me up in parlays. So, I'm honestly torn on who to pick. But if I had to go pick somebody, I'd probably pick the Bills to cover. I mean, I just think at this point the Bills are starting to get to that point where you can't bet against them. I mean, they looking like the most dominant team. They really picked up where they left off last year. So I like the Bills in this game, but I think it's gonna be a close game though. I like the Dolphins. I'm a bigger fan of the Dolphins than he is. I think I just like the way they running, man. I mean, Tua's just playing his ass off, and Tyreek and fucking Waddle is like unguardable, bro. Like, how do you guard two guys that's running under 4.3s, under 4.2s, like, and they just all over the field? Like, you can't do nothing about that. So, I like the Bills though.
Yeah, all that shit just to say I like the Bills. That's crazy.
It's just, I mean, the Bills.
That's how much
the
of
Bills,
a believer he is.
Even
That's
though
how
them
much of a
losing
believer
Micah
he
Hyde
is.
for the season hurts though. They did lose. I saw that this morning. They lost Micah Hyde for the season. But
That is crazy. Bengals Jets, Burrow versus Garrett Wilson. I mean, it's something that everybody wants to see. It's something.
oh my god.
I'm just playing, man. The Bengals versus the Jets. I think the Bengals, man, it's kind of a must win. Once you go on 3, the chances of making the playoffs is like 6%. And I mean, the Jets, shout out, big comeback, but I'm riding with the Bengals on this one. Joe B needs to dub a lot of offensive power. Even though Garrett Wilson had a big game last week, I don't think he will be enough to catch up with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon, and Joe B.
Yeah, I mean, there was another game that I was kind of scared to touch too. I betted on the Bengals week 1 and 2, and they folded on me. So, but I agree with you. This is a must win for them. So I believe they win ultimately. But if I had to lean, I probably would have took the Jets +6, just because the Jets, like, I don't know what it is about the Jets, man, but they playing so hard for Joe Flacco right now. Joe Flacco is playing pretty good himself. You know, Gary Wilson's having a hell of a season so far. And the Jets just looking like a team that's going to be one of those sneaky cover teams all season. So I would probably take the Jets +6, but I believe the Bengals win.
Now, Saints, Panthers, Saints. I don't know how long you want to go on this, but yeah. MT 1-3.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, quarterback's kind of the same. And then I was just like, all right, well, I'll just go with the better team. It's the Saints. So I took the Saints to cover. We ain't really got to talk about that.
Saints by the line. Detroit at Minnesota. I'm going to let you take the floor with that one.
I like Detroit to cover in this game. Another team like the Jets, who I believe are going to be a sneaky cover all season. The like fucking DeAndre Swift is looking like one of like the top fucking 3 backs this season. So I'm rolling with the Lions, MCDC, Motor City, Dan Campbell. We're going to roll with y'all, man. What you got?
That's a stay away from me, man. But if I was being honest, I would have to lean Minnesota only because it's a big bounce back game for Minnesota after getting embarrassed Monday night.
Oh, I believe Minnesota wins.
But it is a short week.
I got Minnesota by 3. So Minnesota wins, but I think the Lions come.
On to the next. On to the next.
Yep. On to the next. Chiefs and the Colts. Chiefs at the Colts. First home game for the Colts.
First home game for the Patriots. Wow. Look at this. Look at that.
I'll let you go first on this game.
If I had to lean, I would lean Colts +5.5, just because they play to their competition for some weird reason. And they play in Jacksonville, they're going to play like they Jacksonville Jaguar. They the Jacksonville Colts now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So they're going to be the Kansas City Colts this weekend. Shaq might come back.
Nah, he out.
Oh, he out. Jesus.
Yeah, he's already been ruled out.
What about
Alec Pierce is back though.
And Pitt.
Yeah.
And Pitt.
But
Buckner
is back. I think the only one they announced that was out was Shaq.
Well, with Buckner back, at least you got somebody to get in the face of Mahomes.
And we need Ngakwe and Quiddy to fucking step up they do something. I mean, Unique had a pretty good game last week, but
I told you what Quiddy was.
actually, no, he didn't do shit.
I told you what Quiddy
Quiddy had
was.
a good game.
I told you what Quiddy was.
I still believe in Quiddy, man. He just
Tyquan Lewis is the
gotta
best
do
pass rusher on their roster, and they don't let my dog get shot. It is what it is.
anyways. I the Colts, man. Honestly, like Jan said, we play up to our competition or play down to our competition, whoever it is, and that's a coaching issue. You gotta have your team ready to play whoever it is that they're playing up against Sunday. So I believe the Colts covering this game. Actually, I think the Colts win this game because it just feels like a game the Colts win. You know, after looking embarrassing the last 2 weeks, they come and beat the Chiefs, who, you know, it's the Chiefs. But I wouldn't be surprised also if the Chiefs just come and dominate us. We could just very well just suck, which I don't think we suck. I just think Frank Wright sucks. But I believe the Colts covering this game and maybe win. You probably could take the money line in that game. But the safer bet would be the Colts plus 5.5.
Now, the next game, we in another must-win situation. 0-2 Raiders.
0-2 Titans.
0-2 Titans. Somebody got to get a dub.
Yeah.
Somebody got to get a dub, and I'm riding with the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, Devontae Adams, Derek Carr, at some point they got to get it going. Because, I mean, he's feeding them. He's getting money. But it's not equaling W's. And at some point, that's going to have to happen, especially with Taylor Lewan being out for Tennessee for the rest of the season. I think that's major for Derrick Henry in the run game. And, I mean, when he went out last year, I think that's when they started to tick back, honestly. So, I mean, like I said, Vegas Raiders, I mean.
Yeah, honestly, like, before the Taylor Lewan news came out, I was going to lean the Titans in this game. But I'm taking the Raiders money line. Pretty much the same reasons he said. I believe that Derek Carr is going to have a bounce-back game. He's going to get Devontae Adams. I'm going to say $150 receiving yards, 2 tutties. Nice little game for him, too. So.
And I don't know if y'all can hear that dog out there barking, but that dog is trying to tell you that the next pick is to go with the dog. The Washington Commanders at home against the Philadelphia Eagles.
I was like, where are you going? But okay.
I love the Commanders in that spot. Wentz, revenge game. The team's going to get up for Wentz. They have a good defense.
Win. It sounds like you think they're going to win.
They have a good defense. I took the number. I ain't taking the damn money line. I don't trust Wentz that much, but I do trust Terry McLaurin. I do trust Curtis. And I do trust Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne to muck it up in the middle for Jalen Hurts. So, Commanders plus 6.5.
Yeah, I like the Commanders plus 6.5.
That's my favorite pick of the week.
I think the front seven is going to be able to keep up with Jalen, keep him contained, and it's really going to just be on Jalen Hurts being able to throw the ball. I mean, he can throw it. He's proven he can throw it, but I think they're going to really try to emphasize him being a pocket passer, and I like the Commanders plus 6.5. I like that number a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Chicago at home against Houston is a stay away from me.
Same.
They not showing Justin no love.
But I would have leaned Texans. Plus
lean Houston if you're going to. You got to play Houston with that many points with 2 sorry teams.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can play.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Justin, I'm rooting for you play. We all know you ain't got no help, though.
Jaguars and Chargers number
was 7 last time I checked. And I would go with the Chargers in that game. The Chargers, they kind of, you hate to see what happened in that Kansas City game because Herbert was balling. He was cutting up, but he got 10 days rest now. And despite it being a few cracked ribs, I do think he's still going to be able to muscle through. And Jacksonville, they had that game. They balled out against Indianapolis. And if you watch the Washington game, where I feel like you really got to see what Jacksonville is going to be, it wasn't that impressive. You know what I mean? Honestly, they dominated the Colts and only won 24. Not saying you're supposed to win 38 something, but it's like it wasn't crazy, especially with all these people who was out for the Colts. It wasn't too big of a.
It was a whole lot of screens.
Yeah,
and
it was 24-0, but it didn't feel like a dominant game. You know?
Oh, it did. They dominated, but
I mean,
they offensively they was like you can start like Trevor Lawrence wasn't airing the ball out. Like,
yeah, I'm saying like
he wasn't doing nothing crazy like that. Like we just really was just sucking it up.
Yeah, they won because like it was more what the Colts weren't doing.
Yeah,
more than what the. That's what I'm saying. Like it didn't feel like they were dominating. Like where it's like it was nothing they could do. It was like
I get
but Chargers nonetheless.
I got Chargers. Same reason. I mean, I'm not a firm believer in the Jaguars. It's just we just can't get over this omen in Jacksonville for whatever reason. But I like the Chargers in this game. Broken rib Herbert, give him to me every day of the week.
Now, next game, 2 goats. 12s.
Man, it's a pick 'em.
Packers.
I like the Packers just because there's no Godwin and Evans. Gonna be tough. I mean, but hey, Julio might turn the clock back for a week.
Mike Evans, you not shit, bro. I just wanted to make sure you heard me say that, bro. You not shit, bro.
I ain't mad at Evans.
Dirty.
It ain't as bad as the first one.
Dirty.
But even the first one, he was still taking them for his QB.
See my nigga in the street, man.
See, why you encouraging black on black?
See my nigga in the street.
Nah, we ain't encouraging that.
I'm encouraging that.
We ain't encouraging that on this show. We need our black brothers.
I love my black brothers, but see them in the street. Man. This time you got to get handled.
All right, so I guess we both got Packers.
Yeah, Packers, man. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers, man. It's about time.
Yeah.
You got to get the connection with your receivers. Aaron Jones had a hell of a game. But I don't think he's going to be able to do that against this front seven. Vita Vea, Logan Hall, you already know, Shaq Barrett, David White.
David White.
I said David. Levante David.
Oh, David and White?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, David White.
Yeah.
Okay,
But, yeah, so it's going to be on Green Bay's receivers to get open, and Rodgers going to put it there. It's not on Aaron Rodgers to put it there. It's on y'all niggas to get open. All right?
Get open and catch it. That's what it is. All right, so next game, Falcons and Seahawks. I like the Falcons in this game. I think they're going to finally be able to incorporate Kyle Pitts into the offense, which I don't understand how you have it to this point. Yeah. You picked him at 5 or 4, whichever one it was. And to this point, I mean, he had 1,000 receiving yards last year, but he only had like 1 touchdown. It literally came in like the last game. So I think you gotta, you got somebody like that, and you have Drake London. Drake London was getting used, but you gotta find some room for Kyle Pitts in that offense. So I believe this is the week that they get it done. I like the Falcons in this +1. Give me that.
Yeah, same here, man. Mariota and them look way better than Seattle. I mean, Seattle did have a good game against Denver, but after seeing what Denver gave us last week, it's like, is it bad Denver?
Yeah.
So the Falcons, they were impressive against 2 good teams. I mean, I like the Saints and I like the Rams, and the Falcons showed up in both of those games with an opportunity to win both of those games.
Facts.
So I do like them getting the point, even though it does scare me a little bit that
it's
the
Falcons.
Yeah, but give me the Falcons too. Now the Rams and Cardinals.
I stayed away from this game.
Stayed away too.
Honestly,
I lean Rams though because I did not like the way I saw Kyler play against the last time.
Actually, I know what I did.
The last time I seen Kyler play the Rams, I did not like what I saw.
I know what I did do. I took the Rams -2.5 at halftime because the Cardinals are not a good first half team. So I think the Rams cover at the half. That's what I did take. But I don't know. This game is like, okay, so week 1 I picked the Cardinals to cover. Ooh, logged out. I picked the Cardinals to cover. They folded. And then I didn't touch the Cardinals last week, and they covered. They backdoor covered. So I just didn't know what to do in that game, so I just left it alone. But I did take the Rams halftime -2.5 though.
Like I said, I would lean Rams in this game if I had to make a pick, but I don't like to touch it, man. It's too much. The Rams have not been impressive yet to me, and the Cardinals, same. So,
Yeah.
stay away.
All right, now we got the Sunday night game.
This feels so. How do you not pick the 49ers?
Yeah.
Make a case for the Broncos, please.
Okay. I will make the case for the Broncos. I believe Nathaniel Hackett has to just stop thinking so much and just go out there and just let the game flow as it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really believe that he's just overthinking it too much, and you know that's what caused him to not go for it on 4th and 5 with Russell Wilson in Seattle. Like, you gotta know that's a situation. You gotta let Russ go out there and cook. Like, we all know to let Russ cook. You gotta let him go out there. It's at Seattle. You know that's his former place. You know he's gonna go and get them 5 yards regardless. He gotta go and get it himself. You gotta do that. That's week 1. Then week 2. I didn't really watch the game, but I was hearing people saying he was still having coaching mistakes. You just gotta clean it up. And I believe that he will clean. I just think that he's just gonna let it flow, just call a good game. I believe Russell Wilson is gonna have a hell of a game. Jerry Jeudy is gonna go crazy. It's kind of hard for me to make a case because honestly, I got the 49ers, so I don't really know how to make a case for the Broncos. I'm just trying to give them compliments. But yeah, I just think the 49ers win. I think Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, it's Garoppolo. I'm riding on his wave right now. I just think that he's gonna come out with a little fire under him. He's about to play his butt off. I think the team is gonna play for him just because it's so much familiarity already with him, and I just think they're gonna rally behind him. And I like the 49ers to cover in this game at money line regardless. But
Last but not least,
Monday night
football.
We only got one Monday night game tonight.
I know, right?
Monday.
Man, I'm starting to feel weird to have one Monday night game. That's
Got the Cowboys and the Giants. Cowboys +1 dogs. It's pretty much a pick 'em.
Giants are hot. My roll with Giants. My roll with New York. Conquer jungle where
You know,
dreams are made
honestly, this
of.
feels like a game that both teams would win, and also a game that both teams would lose.
Say they're gonna tie them.
Nah.
They can tie.
I'm gonna take. If I was to take anything, I would take the over, and it's 39. I believe that they'll get the over in that game.
I like that.
But I really don't know who to pick in this game. But I would take the over if I touched it. But I ain't touch it. But that's what I do.
Well, that's pretty much the NFL slate.
Yeah. We need to start keeping up with our records. Like, I want to know, like, how we doing in these. So, you know what? This week we're going to start it. So, I'm going to just when I edit the video, I'm going to just, I'm gonna just write it down what we pick, and I'm gonna just, we're gonna see how we do this week. I don't think we button heads in any of these games.
That's too crazy.
Let's see.
Minnesota Lions.
Ravens, Patriots, we button heads.
Minnesota Lions.
Lions. That might be it. Yeah, I think that's it.
And that's about it.
Yeah. So
Ashley.
we're gonna keep up with those and start displaying them so y'all see who y'all should go with when we talking about these picks. If he got a better record, y'all might want to go with his picks or vice versa. But yeah, hey man, we like 2 more subs from 50. So let's go ahead and get that.
Come on now.
We only need 2 of y'all to sub. I know somebody gonna be watching this that ain't sub. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell.
Ain't hard.
Leave a comment, let us know how we did. Let us know what y'all want to see, what y'all want us to talk about. And yeah, I think that's a video, my boy.
Yeah, man. OH.
Go Gators.